25 bands on the ring. Stop. Another 50 bands on the watch. Stop. Double those bands on the chain.
So first off, I want to say, what's up, everybody out there in the world, this messed up world as it is, whatever the case may be. I know a lot of my fans know me as Stats. Some know me as Hub Biddy. But it's been a change. It's been a change in heart. It's been a change in motivation. It's been a change in thought and mind altogether. So from now on, I'm going with my real name, which would be Anthony Chapman. Full name Stephen Anthony Chapman. So that's what I'll be going by, because I've come to realize we can't escape reality, or whatever the case may be. So in reality, that's my name, and that's what it's going to be. But also shout out to Monster Mix LLC, 2M2L. Shout out to Hip Hop Union. Before we get this interview started, shout out to Sony Red. Shout out to Willie B. Shout out to Tommy Black. Everybody that could make this venture possible, because this is exciting. This is I think this is gonna touch the world. Like, seriously, the last documentary touched the world, but this one right here, this one is gonna be what can I say? A movement, a real movement that I think is gonna change minds, hearts, and souls. So, with no further ado, let's get this interview started, because I know we've been here for a little while. So go ahead, shoot. Ask me what you want to ask me.
Gold. Broke my spirit, duct tape my soul. Everybody got laundry, so I take my load to the bottom of the bowl where they ain't got soap.
So that, I think that's easy. Really, what I wanted to call the album was the N-word, right? So, and it all stemmed from Oprah. So I saw an interview, and I heard plenty of interviews and radio hosts talking about Oprah telling us not to use the N-word, and how the N-word is, I guess, negative on black people, and us as black people, we shouldn't use it. And when I heard that, I was just like, that's, I took a whole different opinion on the N-word. Nigga. I feel like, in my opinion, that we've earned that word as black people. We've bled, we've been raped, we've been enslaved, we've been killed, hung from trees, the whole thing. And we've paid our dues for that word. So for us, for a black person to tell us as black people that we shouldn't use that word is it's crazy to me. And for any other race that's not associated with our struggle and what we've been through, and our ancestors and what they've been through, for them to tell us we shouldn't use the word, or for them to use the word, they haven't earned that right at all, in the slightest. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to use the N-word, be my guest, but earn it. Go through the slavery. Go through the struggle. Bleed, sweat. Go through the labor that we went through to earn that word. And not only that, we didn't just earn the word because the word was given to us. We didn't create it. It's not like we created it and it was just like something that we made. It was given to us. And we took it, we embraced it, and we've changed it into something positive. So with all that being said, I was going to call the album the N-word. But I thought it would be too forward. I guess you can say too forward for people to gravitate to, because this album, I don't want nobody to have a negative feeling, right off the bat just by the album name. So the N-word spelled backwards, are looked at backwards, are mirrored, is brown.
For a nigga to cope, and I'm just too strong, so they can't use rope, and the chain's too loose for a nigga to choke, so I gotta stay woke.
The Brown album is a reality check. It gives you some history of our people. It gives you the outlook of what people outside of our race see us within this stereotypical realm. And then it also gives you the fact that we are powerful, way more powerful than we think we are, than what has been displayed in America, in Africa, Australia, all across the world. Black people have been displayed as inferior, or ghetto, or poor, or animalistic, like we're less than human. And the Brown album shows you, and I can't even say, I guess you can say show, because the picture I paint is of all of that mixed together. The inhumane treatment, the power that we hold, the royal blood, the outlook that we have to get over ourselves and embrace our people to ever move forward. Like, not only that though, it's also to bring us together as brown people. And when I say brown people, I mean not just African Americans. I mean all people with melanin in their skin. There's really no such thing as black. Like a black race. There's really no such thing there's no such thing as race, period. We're all a human race, but there's no such thing as a black skin color. You could take the darkest person in the world, his skin color is still brown. It's a dark brown. The skin doesn't turn black. This is black. I'm brown. And so is Mexicans, so is Arabs, so is Chinese people. Anybody who has melanin in their skin, they're brown. Period. And I wanted them to feel a part of the album. I wanted them to feel a part of our world, because in reality they are. Even though they're not treated like us, even though they have this so-called past because their skin is a lighter brown, in reality, we are all together. In reality, we've been manipulated to think that we are the minority when in all actuality we're the majority, and we're all brown people. So that's it in a nutshell, what the album is about. Us as brown people.
The nigga right next to me still in my food, and I can't really hate him cause I'm still in it too. But there's tension in the air, I know he feeling it too. So what's a nigga to do?
Okay, so when I first watched the Byron Allen interview, I was upset at first when I heard what he was saying. When I was listening to him say how Comcast is trying to overturn the first law that was put in place during the civil rights movement, or right after slavery, to allow black people to be a part of the economic success of America. I was upset. I was mad. I mean, I'm sure all black people, our people of color, was upset when they heard that. But then, I took a second and I thought about it. What if they did overturn this law? What would happen? So, in my reality, the first thing would happen is a lot of people would get fired. A lot of black people, a lot of people of color, a lot of people will lose jobs, and there'll be a dark time, right? The ghetto will go crazy. A lot of people will lose their homes and houses. Black people, people of color, and then there'll be then we'll go into survival mode, right? We'll go into survival mode, right? And what do we need to survive? We need, in America, we need food, we need water, we need a place to live, and to get all of that, you need money, right? You need somebody that is willing to give us those resources, right? We need those resources. But if white people aren't willing to hire us, right, and they're not willing to give us jobs because of the color of our skin, what do we have to do? Right? We have to do it on our own, right? Yeah, I know a lot of you people probably don't know about Black Wall Street, but I've done a little bit of studying, and in Black Wall Street, black people had economic success, right? We were thriving. All black businesses, black people buying buying from black people. Our money stayed within our community 10 times over before it went to another community, and we were successful. So successful to the point where white America bombed on their own soil to destroy any type of future we would have economically as black people. Right? So, if we were forced to start our own businesses, to provide our own resources, to buy from our own people, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to me, right? It would take time, though. It would take time, it would take struggle, but we've been through the struggle, right? We've been struggling our whole lives, generation after generation after generation, we've been struggling in our whole lives. I think on Comcast's part, that would be a major mistake on their part. Major mistake, because if black people owned their own resources, their own houses, and did their own realty, own their own grocery stores, and because we were forced to shop at only black grocery stores, and we were forced to work for only black people because those are the only people to hire us, our economic growth would be amazing. We would see, we would create the black iPhone. We would create, the black grocery store. We would create the black Walmart, right? We would create the black Apple, right? The black Mac, the black Microsoft, right? We're able to do that. It's not like we're not capable. We have great minds. Today, we have great minds. We have rich people that were able to look at the system and thrive through it. So this wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing for black people. And I support Byron the whole way. Fight, brother. Even if they do overturn the law, that just makes us as black people wake up to the reality that they ain't for us, and they ain't never been for us in the first place, right? Every black person with Comcast cable should fucking press that delete button and stop paying them their money. Let a black man open up a cable company and start buying it from a black man. And cool part about it is this: even me listening to myself now, it sounds like I'm against white people. And I'm not. Shit, my kids are half white. My girl is white. I work with white people. I got good white friends. It's just that if you're going to blatantly tell me that you don't care for me, or that I'm not worth your time, or that I'm less than human, or treat me like I'm less than human, right in front of my face, then what are my options? Right? What do I do? Do I look at you with open arms and say, oh, it's okay? You know, it was your bad. Or do I look at the history? Right? Do I look at the majority? Right? I look at how you treated us from the beginning until now. And then I make a logical decision to go my own way. Fight for my own people. Fight for the right to be human. Fight for the right to be American. Right? Because in all actuality, we built this country, right? Or I take that back. You built this country on our backs, on our labor, on our blood, on our sweat, on our tears. And now, we're here to reap what we sowed, right? We were in the fields. We planted the crops. We harvested the crops. You ate. Now we hungry. You can't hoard all the food. We want a seat at the table. That's all. We just want a seat at the table. We're tired of sitting at the little kids' table. Right? It's unacceptable. I'm a grown-ass man. Tired of sitting at the little kids' table. Give me a seat with the adults. Give me the seat with the power. Give me the seat with the influence to change minds. That's what I'm going for.
Drop 25 bands on the ring. Stop. Another 50 bands on the watch. Drop. Double those bands on the chain if money.
This album is going to drop during Black History Month, 2020.
February.
Yes.
Black History Month.
Yes.
But do your thing, my nigga. Rock your chain, my nigga. Let it hang, my nigga.
Yes. Of course. I mean, you can look at me and tell that my ancestors' blood runs through my veins. I mean, I'm definitely a part of Black history and definitely want to put my stamp in the game to become one of those moguls of Black History Month. Honestly, it shouldn't be Black History Month. It should be Black History Year because I'm Black 365, 24/7. But, you know, we got a month and I'm good with that. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'm definitely a part of Black History Month, and I definitely want to put my stamp on Black history. And I think this album is going to do it.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think this album is going to do it. I think this album is going to touch the people that hear it. They're going to understand what I'm trying to say. It's going to bring activism to a whole nother light and a whole nother level. I mean, that's my goal, and I believe in it. So I don't see nothing stopping it or stopping me from doing that, whether it be independent or through a label. I'm here to make a statement, and I'm willing to die for it. I'm willing to die for it. Because no one in history has fought for a brown person and made change or influenced millions and weren't killed or weren't murdered. I mean, except probably Obama, but, you know, that was short-lived. I'm talking about every day, 24/7, 365. Obama gave us a good 8 years. Now he on vacation. More power to you, brother, but I think this is going to be an ongoing thing for me. And the cold part about it is I can't think of any other way that I personally can give to the cause than my talent and my music. So we gonna see.
If I was in your lane, my nigga, I'd probably do the same, my nigga. About to throw no shade. Draped in gold, never break my spirit, never take my soul. Everybody got laundry, so I take my load to the whites only wash house to wash my clothes. And I use white soap on my black ass pants, and I pay black money with my black ass hands.